Open the Luttrell Psalter or Psalm book, and you'll wonder if it's the work of Hieronymus Bosch. These extraordinary monsters live in the margins of Psalm 42, where the nearby text plaintively asks, "And why do you disquiet me?" It's a good question. In fact, they were meant to disquiet and upset. In medieval times, building fear of the unknown, evil and disorder helped keep people on the straight and narrow. And in this manuscript you are meeting the personal monsters of Sir Geoffrey Luttrell, his doubts and his fears. Each and every one unique, some ugly, but most wildly absurd. And then there are those who look a bit bewildered rather than threatening. Why am I here? Even, is there anything I can do for you? And over 1,000 of them peer or glare from the pages. Just to make sure we know that good overcomes evil, we do have a reassuring view of St. Peter bonking a horrible hairy beast on the nose with the keys of heaven and cursing him fiercely in Latin. And here is Sir Geoffrey Luttrell, looking bold and brave in full fighting gear, seated on his warhorse, in those days as significant as having a Ferrari in the driveway, and standing by, his wife holds his helmet, and his daughter-in-law, his shield, which is dangling from her wrist like a shopping bag from Metro. In a more relaxed scene, he is at dinner with his family around him, and on the left, 2 clerics, to guarantee his goodness. In the middle, Sir Geoffrey is raising a chalice and looking very, very glum, because he is forever worrying about his soul's destination and dreaming about those monsters. Who knows what peccadilloes lay in his past? One, his marriage had just been reaffirmed by papal dispensation. But as the monsters circle, his will show he would do anything to get through the pearly gates. And he allocated a huge fortune to masses, prayers, candles, and vast sums to multiple holy sites. Even his warhorse was donated to the church and not to his son. To prove his worth in this life, many images show his pride in his estate and his workers. A horse pulling a harrow. Check out the man slingshotting stones at the crows. His kitchen workers, barbecuing chickens. What else? A boy stealing cherries, his shoes casually kicked off, and the angry gardener yelling at him to come down. A haywain with workers pushing and horses pulling to get it up a hill, the page corner emphasizing its steepness. And from a travelling group of entertainers, a wonderful leaping horse. Most magnificent of all is a barre de page illumination stretching across the bottom of 2 pages, where 5 horses pull a glorious gilded carriage, with the same woman, wearing a crown, clearly a queen, appearing in 4 places in the carriage. We can see her best sitting in the front. She is said to be Queen Philippa, wife of Edward III, and she is holding a squirrel, of which she was known to be very fond, even having them embroidered on her wedding gown. But since squirrels symbolize sexuality, perhaps that was a promise of her future fecundity, which certainly came to be with 9 children. As we move to the back of the carriage, we see a man on a horse who looks very like Sir Geoffrey, who is handing a puppy to the Queen, as if it fell out of the carriage, and he very sweetly picked it up and returned it. It is said to recollect an actual event, of which Sir Geoffrey was so proud he had it memorialized in his Psalter. The Luttrell Psalter, a very personal document, for which, Sir Geoffrey, we salute you. For this alone you would surely have attained salvation.